Yo, what's up guys? In today's video I got a bunch of Chicago Bulls injury updates. I'm also going to be talking about a free agent target that I expect the Chicago Bulls to be interested in this upcoming offseason. And I'm also going to be talking about the Bulls struggles versus I'd say the best teams in the NBA's elite teams, and how the Chicago Bulls locker room and players are getting frustrated with that whole situation. But before I jump into today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you guys don't miss out on any future uploads. Also, leave a quick like on today's video. It takes a second, helps me out a lot, and leave some comments and questions below today's video about all the topics and injury updates I'm about to jump into. Also, check out my last video if you guys missed it. I was talking about a bunch of Chicago Bulls rumors, like how Lonzo Ball is expected to be out for the rest of the regular season, and there's even been some talk about how he can miss the NBA playoffs. I was also talking about how a bunch of Bulls fans have been wanting the Bulls to fire Billy Donovan. So I just broke down those rumors and covered all those in my last video. Definitely check out that video if you guys missed it. But either way, let's just jump right into today's video and all the injury updates. You know, I am recording this video about halftime of the Pelicans versus Bulls game. But DeMar DeRozan was questionable. You know, obviously he didn't play last night. He's been dealing with I'd say some soreness in his groin. Zach LaVine was on the injury report last night. Obviously he did play, but he's kind of been on and off the whole injury report this whole season. You know, he has been dealing with some left knee soreness, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on pretty much until the end of the regular season and the NBA playoffs. But either way, on the whole DeMar DeRozan situation, you know, I'm going to be honest, it could be kind of scary. Billy Donovan did say he's been experiencing tightness in his groin for a little bit now. And I'm going to be honest, that doesn't surprise me. I feel like since the All-Star break, DeMar hasn't looked the same. I mean, he's still putting up like good numbers, I'd say, but his shooting percentages are down. I mean, he is, I'd say, facing the most double teams he's ever seen in his career. But honestly, this news coming out doesn't really shock me. I just felt like DeMar has been a little off. You know, Billy Donovan did continue. He said this has been bothering him for a little bit, but it really escalated beyond that during and after the Milwaukee Bucks game. Billy Donovan did continue. He said the injury isn't thought to be significant as of right now. He did call it a mild strain. The Chicago Bulls will know more in a couple days or probably tomorrow. I did see DeMar is getting an MRI. So that's always scary, but hopefully the Bulls are right and this isn't, I'd say, a significant injury. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on the whole DeMar DeRozan situation. You know, and now a quick little update on the whole Patrick Williams injury. You know, he remains on the same time playing plan per Billy Donovan. He's on a 24-minute limit right now for every NBA game. He also can't play more than, I'd say, 6 to 7 minutes in a row. So other than the whole DeMar DeRozan situation, I'd say that's all about the same. Obviously, the Bulls are bringing Pat around slowly. You know, there hasn't been any, I'd say, updates on the whole Lonzo Ball situation. It hasn't been 10 days yet, but when those 10 days do come out or it passed, I will keep you guys updated on that. Hopefully the whole DeMar DeRozan situation's fine. You know, hopefully the Bulls still continue to manage LaVine's knee, I'd say, fine as well. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about those injury updates. But now onto the second topic in today's video. You know, I feel like for this whole season, the Bulls have really missed, I'd say, a starting power forward. Obviously, Pat just came back. But at the same time, I feel like the Bulls have been kind of missing a real starting power forward and a backup center, I'd say, for this whole season. You know, I was a big fan of the whole Tristan Thompson buyout signing, but I'm going to be real. I feel like Billy Donovan just doesn't trust him that much, and he's not that great. He hasn't played that many minutes. He's kind of impactful here and there. But I don't know. I'm just not 100% sold on that signing, and it wouldn't surprise me if the Bulls don't re-sign him in this upcoming offseason. So I believe a great replacement for Thompson, or maybe just a backup center in general, would be Chris Boucher. You know, if you don't know who Chris Boucher is, he's a 6'9" center and power forward for the Raptors right now. He's only 29 years old. Like I just said, he is 6'9". He has a 7'4" wingspan. He does weigh about 200 pounds, and he's only making about $6 million per season. He was drafted back in 2017. And I know if you go look at some pictures of this man, he's super skinny, but he's super lengthy and a really good defender, and honestly a pretty solid offensive player that I feel like the Bulls could target for pretty cheap. I believe he'd be a great backup to Vucevic. And I think it's obvious, Arturis likes, I'd say, players that dominate the Bulls. I mean, last season, Tony Bradley put up a 20-10 game against the Bulls, and then they signed him, and he hasn't done, honestly, anything with the Bulls. And just the other day, Chris Boucher had an amazing game versus the Bulls for the Raptors. You know, in 33 minutes versus the Bulls, he had 19 points on 8 of 14 shooting, and he also put up 10 rebounds and a steal and 2 blocks in that game. This man is a blocking machine. He's super lengthy, and I believe he'd be a great backup for the Chicago Bulls, and I believe he'd be super cheap as well. On the season for the Raptors, in about 70 games played, he's also been super healthy throughout his whole NBA career. In about 21 minutes on the season, he has averaged about 9 points per game, shooting 47% from the field. I don't know why, but his three-point percentage is really down this season. He's only shooting about 28% from the field, but last year he did shoot about 38% from the three-point line, and on his career he's a 33% shooter, so he can knock down a few threes here and there. He also is averaging 6 rebounds, no assists, about a steal and a block a game. Last season, even more minutes for the Raptors, he did average about 2 blocks per game. So I believe this would be I'd say an underrated signing if Arturas could get him in this upcoming offseason. He's a free agent. I would love for the Chicago Bulls to target him. Let me know below today's video if you guys would want the Chicago Bulls to target him in this upcoming offseason. And the final topic in today's video is just about how the Chicago Bulls continue to struggle versus the top-ranked teams in the NBA and how the Bulls players are just getting frustrated. You know, the other day, the Bulls lost pretty badly to the Bucks, let's be honest. And, you know, I know you could use the whole injury, I'd say, excuse like many Bulls fans have for this whole season. But in those, like, I'd say 16 or 20 games against elite teams, I'd say half those teams haven't been 100% healthy either. You can't continue to blame them on injuries. You know, the Bulls in most of those games have had 3 All-Stars in Vucevic, Demar, and Zach on the court. They should have won some of those games. And after the Bucks game, Caruso and Demar have talked about how the Bulls locker room is really frustrated. You know, the Chicago Bulls are currently 0-16 against the top 3 teams in each NBA conference, and that's a joke. And I don't know what else more to say. I don't know what's wrong with the Bulls. I don't know why they can't beat top-ranked teams. And Alex Caruso did say it's all about execution, you know, it's not a talent issue, and I agree. But either way, the Bulls are running out of time to prove that they belong with the top teams in the NBA. I mean, just the other day, you know, against the Bucks game, Caruso was talking about how the Bulls' whole locker room's frustrated. They're not happy. You know, it's not a talent issue. They're pretty much just not locked in on the road. DeMar DeRozan was also talking after, I'd say, a post game, and he said, at some point, we got to get tired of getting our butt kicked like this, and the flip has to switch of understanding that enough is enough. And I agree with DeMar, but I'm tired of hearing this talk. I've heard this all season. I mean, the Bulls are 0-16. I saw even the Pistons are like 2-14 or something like that against the top 3 teams in each conference. And that's a joke, man. And if you look at this tweet and on a lot of the Bulls Twitter replies or tweets, you can see a lot of Bulls fans starting to question Billy Donovan. I even talked about that whole situation in my last video. Now, Billy Donovan has been kind of known for not having the best rotations and adjusting well, so that's not a great thing to hear, especially going into the NBA playoffs and with the Bulls' struggles already against elite teams in the regular season. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video talking about all the injury updates, how I want the Chicago Bulls to target Chris Boucher. Thank you guys for watching today's video and all the love on the channel. Thank you guys. Have a good one.